Whew. On my commute today, and I guess it's National Honesty Day. So, what a trip that is. I could speak about all kinds of subjects today, but I got a little bit of inspiration yesterday. I worked with some younger gals, and they asked me how I met Joe, my significant other. And oh my gosh, so this was a loaded question, because if you know me, I am super deep and I'm not one for small talk. And so my brain went all the way back to the depths of like my early 20s, because this question is such a loaded question for me. So let's back it up just a little bit before the actual meeting of Joe. So for a long time, when you think about putting a prayer out there, putting a thought, however, we want to create the life we want to lead, our desires, what we want our life to look like. Most little girls want to get married, have children. That's what their life looks like to them. I was really not one of those girls, but I also felt like I was supposed to do the social norm thing and find the guy, get married, and settle down. And that's not really what happened. It took me all of my adult life, what you would think, the childbearing years, the best parts of your life, so to speak. That's what we're told. To find my person, it took me 20 years. I was 38 years old when I found Joe. And it was so worth it to, now looking back, being able to look back over the events that had to happen that led up to that. So you have to be the vibrational frequency, the match to the life that you are wanting to create. You have to start from somewhere. None of us are just handed all of the answers or given a perfect life. Most of us have childhood trauma at no fault really of our parents growing up and thinking that they're just going to make their children's life a living hell, because that is not mostly the case. I have a wonderful mother, by the way, and I'm lucky to have her. But I still had deep emotional trauma as a child, huge abandonment issues, major anger issues, which are created from deep sadness, lack of value in myself. I was always trying to get the approval of other people and trying to fit in, get acceptance, and I was met with a lot of the opposite. So, that said, how did I find Joe? I truly believe that when you get yourself right, your vibe attracts your tribe. Whether it's your love life, the correct people that you should be around, the right people that lift you up, the people that are truly meant for you at that time in your life, because we're ever evolving, forever and ever and ever. Or that's how I'd like to be. So, at the time that I met Joe, I finally came to the conclusion that I was going to be the person that I needed, that I really didn't need, per se, somebody else, that whomever showed up in my life would help lift me up in ways that are different than what the typical person would think they need. I no longer had the lack mindset. I was doing well in most other areas in my life, and not that I wasn't doing well in that area, I just didn't have a significant other. I was so lucky to have found him, but I have to think about what the universe what had to transpire in the universe to create a series of events for us to finally meet and be the people that we are today. It was a rocky road for both of us to finally show up and be the people that we are today, and that we complement one another, strengths, weaknesses. It's a beautiful thing, and it's a rare thing. So going back around to that prayer, that unanswered prayer, sometimes our prayers don't work in a day, a month, or even within a few years. And it doesn't come looking exactly like we had hoped, where it is sunshine and roses. A lot of times, we have to just trust. Have immense faith that everything is working out in our greater good, in our favor. There's a saying that I regret nothing but not finding you sooner. And I don't know if, divine timing is a real thing. When I was younger, I was probably not ready for Joe, and vice versa. We both had to grow through all the experiences we had to be what we are for each other today. And I told these girls, just because two people are married doesn't mean that they're the perfect match. There's a lot of people in a lot of toxic relationships out there, and a piece of paper doesn't mean everything. Me and Joe treat each other with respect, with true love, and we allow each other to be individuals. And then we can come together and be together and empower one another. That's real. That's real friendship. When you have nothing but the best of intentions for one another. Now, that doesn't mean we don't call each other out on each other's shit, because we definitely do that too. He has absolutely no problem telling me no or when I'm wrong. But the communication lines are healthy. We can discuss. We can navigate things, and even uncomfortable things together, because we have experienced enough life to be able to do that in a healthy way. And I think that's the biggest difference, is treating each other with respect, and that with true love. So, not an easy answer of how I met Joe. He was my unanswered prayer for a very, very long time. I had in my mind's eye the type of man that I desired, with all the characteristics, and it is the craziest thing to say that I manifested this person. But it also took action, emotion, and a lot of self-development to make this transpire over a long period of time. So don't get discouraged if your prayers are not showing up immediately, quickly. Sometimes it's going to take 20, 30, or years even more for you to get that prayer answered, because you have no idea the things that have to take place, the pieces that have to move, the parts that have to move to make that happen for you. God, the universe source, the creator, is an amazing thing. So keep trusting, have faith. That's my power hour of today. Sorry, we got a little windy. Have an amazing day. Peace.